Yeah, so depending upon the funding, it may have been eligible, in which case, grab it.
Mm-hmm.
It's there, hey. You can grab it before somebody else knows.
Well, I've worked on stuff at the Dogs Water Plant back in the Steve Ballini days.
Ready to go.
Myself, Arif Islam is co-host representatives. Let's see, for co-host, we've got Sharon Butler on the remote. Do we have a new designee yet in regard to co-host or?
We have Matt.
There's somebody else. What?
I think there's a new city in there or.
Yes.
public works guy.
Yes, an engineer, full-time, and a full-time engineer.
So, Cahoe's, we've got, Bill Smart here from Rensselaer, we got, Andrew from Troy, nobody from Waterloo, Maggie from Green Island. And, we got Mark and Tom from CDRPC. Guess we don't have anybody from the joint venture team on this morning. So welcome everybody. Yes, we're going to take a quick look at the minutes. Anybody have any comments on the minutes? If not, getting a motion, then accept the minutes presented.
Yeah, I'm like,
Andrew,
I'll second.
second, Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Let's see, do I have an agenda?
You're doing pretty good so far. If you don't, if you don't have one.
There was one there, yeah.
If we skills.
There's plenty of extras if you want.
Financial report from Kevin.
Okay, again, we added, a number of bills last month, so we're at a total of $825,000. And which represents just shy of 21.5% of the total budget. We're still sitting with $722,000 in the bank. We've got a couple of bills to pay, and we've got the 51,400 is money's billed to Albany back in February. That hasn't been paid yet, but we've expended it out to the hose because it was available. And so we're waiting for it. So now that's carried as an accounts receivable. It's an odd item. We normally don't see in a receivable in our accounts. So, but that's pretty much it. We do have some bills, there's some new receipts new invoices that we asked for from those that had not been approved by the board before, so that'll be the next thing and that'll take care of. And then those invoice bills will go out to the city of Albany fairly quickly.
Okay. And Sharon, are you hearing this?
Sharon, Earth to Sharon.
I had to unmute myself.
Okay,
Yeah, I did hear there's some bills that you're waiting for from me.
No.
No, we got those.
Okay,
And yeah, we're about to be issuing some checks in regard to what you sent us previously.
Yeah, there's
a big change from Albany that is now processed and requested from Albany.
And I think that's Friday, we're expecting.
Correct. We are planning to cut checks like, I think 4 invoices in total. So
Yes, and I know that
320,000.
I've been in communication with the city, because of combining some of the credits that were there. Apparently the system has to be
Yes.
undebugged for credits at this.
Correct. It's not
So I had to
really.
modify some of the invoices, but that should work out fine.
okay, so the email that I got today,
Is new.
for the 397, 758.17, that's gonna be coming at some point, and that looks like an older project.
Yes, that particular group was items that had been billed to Albany with applied grants that reduced it by 90%. Way back when, I think it was a SSS 12, I'm not sure if.
Yeah, that's what it says.
And Albany paid those bills, but now EFC applied the grants differently. So now EFC has released the money in full to Albany recently. And so we went back and said, wait a minute, we need to rebill Albany and reapply those grants elsewhere. As we have talked about, it seems like forever, that at the end of all of this, it will come out and reconcile and it'll be all fine. But until we know exactly where EFC applied the grants compared to what we had reported to this board as what grants should have been applied where. So it all depends on just where the pocket of
So I
money
think we're
is.
trying to have our accounting and EFCs in alignment.
Yeah, and as long as EFC is dispersing the money and giving me the information where they're applying it, I can ultimately say, yes, I got that squared away. And that's what's working out. So then the next phase is the older invoices I'm working on that were never invoiced. They were journal entry and the memos to the various communities and here's your position. And it incorporated numbers of bills that came in for the different projects and were literally glommed together into a net number. I'm breaking that out and in essence voiding out those old general ledger memos and recreating invoices so that I can deliver them to the communities. These are your invoices to pay for those old services. And it's stuff from the get-go. A lot of it's administrative expenses that in some cases have been paid. That's actually causing a bit of a delay to try to exactly match those things up. Because Cohoes and Green Island were paying everything right along.
Right.
And so while those memos came in there was no invoice to pay against them, and I have to tie into what those committees actually did pay against those memos. So,
Okay. So
it's-
is there anything that the city of Cohoes owes you as far as like copies of invoices that you know of yet?
no, at this point, I don't believe so. Bill had had asked for those invoices that were the older ones that had not been approved by this board. And we have those. As I go through this and find any of that, I will inform the community that this is a missing item.
Okay,
And it's rare, but it does happen. It's usually some one single invoice from some project, someplace from years ago that it gets missed.
So on some of the contractors ones where it's pay up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's easier to keep track of. On some of the consultant ones where they use a random number.
yeah,
And sometimes you get a little confused.
Well, and
As to whether you missed one, if the number.
And not only do they use a random number, but in some cases, they use the same number with some delineation addendum to it. And
yeah,
it's the invoice number is the same invoice number across the board. So a minor typo error can throw everything off. So that's all the fun stuff.
okay, all right,
So I'll inform anyone of what we may need. Keeping Bill in the loop so that we can all keep this in track.
And I think, Tom, you now have all the EFC documentation.
I believe I do.
For all the different.
I mean, it's-
Yeah.
In printout, it's a foot and a half thick. I'm not sure if I have everything that Troy may have received. That I don't know.
Okay.
Because we had asked for anything of the old stuff. Bill, you had sent that email or I sent, I can't remember, about a month ago. Asking for anything that EFC has
Right,
dispersed.
then I reached out to Allison and then was that everything or was there more?
Well, I forget where we left off.
Me too. I'll look-
Yeah, because Karen in my office was trying to get stuff for Troy, but they said, no, you have to get, Troy has to.
Okay,
In other words, we can't ask EFC to provide that data to us. It has to come, a request has to come from Troy to EFC to say, send us what you paid us
Oh, okay.
historically.
all right.
And that's really what we've done, yeah.
But
So I couldn't
that's how
make
Tom can know that you got paid X amount that really was for Troy's project so that he can refund it and make an invoice for that,
Oh, okay.
for that.
So like I got.
So we're
yeah.
doing all of these transaction by transaction.
Mhm. Okay.
And then every transaction creates 6 transactions.
Mm,
And those 6 transactions create 12 more transactions.
Right.
So every invoice from a vendor literally creates about 24 items that have to be run through the system.
That's crazy.
And it has to balance. The good news is it balances to 0. So anything that has a dollar and cents in it, I know I have to look at it that there's something wrong or something missing. So thank you for your attention.
So, any questions on the report? If not, we'll move on to vendor invoices.
And these are the ones we received from the hose,
Cohoes and Troy,
one from Troy.
we got that in under the wire.
Oh, from yesterday.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for.
Right.
$145,000 total invoices. We did have a report from the field from Andrew. He was working at Cross Street yesterday. all day.
Diligently, oh my God,
Diligently.
yes. Yeah, I was even helping out, getting stuff that they needed. It was a great time. I'm not gonna send an invoice though, for my time.
Technical force accounting.
Yeah, no.
Glad you didn't get hurt.
I mean, either, right? It's dangerous out there.
Yeah,
No, it was, it's going well. We'll save that for the updates.
okay, can I have a motion to pay the invoices?
I'll make a motion.
Gary, have a second?
A second.
Bill, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. IMA clause,
I haven't heard back from him. I'll follow up again.
okay. EFC disbursements, what, I wanted to, I guess on the EFC disbursements and reconciliations, I think we've had some minor ones in regard to, stuff we're doing with, Cross Street and we'll see. So on. There's somebody else.
You're not Stacy?
Melissa's joined.
No, that's Matt.
It's Matt and Melissa. Okay, Matt is a new person for code.
Yes.
Hi, Matt.
Guys, how you
doing?
All right, thank you so much. Absolutely.
What are you doing? So, I think, one thing in regard to EFC is there's, in regard to Troy, there's still more financing that Troy hasn't closed on. And, so I know we don't have this on the agenda so much, but I'm a copy of, what I posed for a budget to it. There's a couple of loose things in it. One is numbers from the post-construction monitoring plan. The other is some budget information. So I guess in regard to a final financing that Roy has got this 03. There's only one project that's supposed to be on that, that's Manor Avenue. And on this budget, some numbers that CHA developed for the cost of the Manor Avenue project and the cost of the engineering of the Manor Avenue project. So if you need to go back to adjust the budget to do the closing on that financing. I think there's 50% bill funding on that, so.
I think so, yeah.
So I think you might,
I kind of remember this now. This was like last year trying to get all this stuff sorted out and then,
yeah. Because I think it was put in like it was gonna be $4 million or some bigger number, but.
okay,
If it's only Manor Avenue, it isn't that. Because your financing that you're working off now has plenty of money even to do Manor Avenue, but because you have Bill on this other one, you had 50% grant.
price would be better off to do that.
It'd be better off to do that since
Okay.
the paperwork is already in and just have to close on it.
Okay,
Seems like you might save $300,000.
okay.
Is the engineering number right on the, all right? That's for inspection and, is it?
That's it's for construction phases.
That's design and, construction management, construction inspector.
Wow, all right. It just seemed loaded.
Well, design is not, I mean, the design actually should cost 20 grand. I got say. Yeah, they did do an expensive, when they did the engineering report, with the idea, let's find out exactly what's happening up there.
No, they're doing that. I mean,
Okay.
the design is not.
Yeah, so the other thing that Sharon and Go's people would, I guess there was this $800 and some thousand WQIP grant. And I think Sharon, do you have the paperwork now for that to finish up so you can get your $800,000?
That was for Little City.
Yeah.
The actual agreement, you mean?
Yeah, I think you got the draft agreement that has to be, if you have to include the work plan and budget and stuff, and then it'll be able to finalize.
I don't have the agreement yet from them. I did ask them, for that. So I'll have to do that again. I'll have to blast them again for it.
Oh, have you been on this SFS system, Sharon? Do you know-
I have not yet, no.
Okay, because your draft agreement would be in the SFS. And
I know Arcadis has been doing work relative to this, getting the work plan done.
Right.
Getting the waivers approved from Carver, because they got waivers originally, so.
Yeah, so, anyway,
I do
yeah,
have a letter from Carver, for the waiver, but, apparently there's a, utilization plan that has to be done also. So, and I've sent that to, Megan at Arcadis.
it is. Yeah,
Oh, no, no, not Arcadis, I'm sorry. This
Well,
is for
there-
Manor Ave, right? Not for Little C.
no, that's about little C, your WQIP grant is for a little C.
Okay,
And,
that's the 800 and some
Yeah.
thousand, right?
yeah, and in order to execute that, you have to get onto the SFS system of the state. And then you have to like accept it through that portal. So,
Okay. That wasn't relayed to me, so I'll do that.
yeah, I was just talking to Bill early, and, you know, he's a good guy to work with if, you need to figure out how to.
Yeah, I emailed him, because I worked with him on one of the other grants. So, because I did have a question with it being approved so late that, I wanted to make sure that I'd be able to submit all the invoices for reimbursement. He said that was not a problem, so.
Yeah, but you used to go use the grants gateway for that stuff,
Right.
but now you have to use SFS.
Yes, yep, okay.
It's, not the most intuitive.
Okay, our greenscape is tough. Yeah, I always had a hard time.
Only a select number of contracts are populated in SFS for our agency. So it's not 100% complete. I'm not sure if they're ever gonna complete it, but only a portion of.
Is that all WQIP funding is through that process?
Wow.
Let's make it more difficult.
Right.
Well, anyway, the good news is it's moving forward. But project's finished, so the work plan is, it's already done.
Sharon, did they get power on?
I'm trying to multitask here, because I'm covering for the building department also.
Did they
So-
power up? Did they power up?
No, not yet. I don't believe the generator has been, delivered yet for that.
Yeah, they were gonna power it up.
I haven't gotten notification that it was delivered yet, so.
They were gonna power it up and do testing before the generator arrived, so they were gonna do that this week or last week, or they were waiting for National Grid. Everything is done. They just
Oh,
went-
all right. Well, let me reach out to Meg on that.
Put a meter in the can and fire it up, and then they could get the people in to do the startup.
Okay. All right, I'll reach out to her on that.
Difficult. Oh, yeah, getting on their schedule anyway.
So in terms of projects. The deadlines that are coming up. We have, Albany have two deadlines for our Liberty and Skyward elimination of those. We've got December for Liberty and October for Skylar for plans and specs. And Manor and Pose has Manor Avenue for October 1st. For plans and specs for Manor Avenue. And the one that's coming right up is Cross Street is July or June 30th. For completion.
Yeah, it should be operational by the end of the day, and then we just need to do the, paving. So,
Is it beneficial?
If
use?
you're operational, that meets
yeah,
the definition.
yeah. Yes, and we're meeting, the deputy mayor, Seamus wants to look at, how he wants to pave, because we have trenches for bypasses and paving is, top priority for them. So he's meeting us there Friday morning to discuss how we're gonna pave that. So that'll be happening next week, and then we'll be done and out of there. So Gannon's there taking their bypass apart this afternoon. hopefully we'll have them out of there. Yeah, so we're in good shape. I'm excited. Yeah, almost
Okay,
done.
and then Troy's done.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, for now. Yeah,
Until the next time.
right, yeah.
No more change, no more consent.
Yeah.
And, yeah, CHA finished up and we have the preliminary engineers report on the Skyler, so they can kick them with, kick them with the next month they're doing. And, that's it. So, yeah, supposedly in June and July, we're supposed to have come up with a budget for the next year. Thanks, Bill. And getting that done. So I put in the numbers that are in CHA's reports from Manor Avenue, Albany and Skyler, for a budget of $7 million. And, for my review of the financing, which are mostly Albany and Troy and BFC financing, we still have plenty of money for these projects and on financings. So we could either do something with this now or do something in the next meeting. I guess it doesn't up to.
Just as long as we have it for the next fiscal year, which is October 1st.
So that's those are those numbers. And I'll let you, Andrew, if you want to plug these numbers into your cost estimating, you need to talk to
Yeah.
But you only need the Manor Avenue to get the
Right.
numbers.
Yeah, I'll reach out to some people about that today. Folks that are smarter than I, they can sort this out and, well, yeah,
Yeah,
won't be a problem.
and I think these projects were estimated with that 35% contingency that
Okay.
DMC's looking for. It's always better to have more money in PFA than if you're short.
Right, yeah,
Not that anybody can predict the costs of things in the end, so. And another thing that since Chris Powers departed, he was our treasurer. We now have Arif here as our, and he's our chief accountant at Albany. We need to do a board resolution in regard to.
And you can just elect a new treasurer in the absence of the old treasurer, but he needs to be nominated.
So, do I just need to verbally say, could I ask for a motion to nominate or how we do this?
I think you can nominate Ari as treasurer, and then you need to call for any other nominations from the floor. And then you can close nominations from the floor, and then the board can elect Ari as treasurer.
Okay.
What I said. So hearing no nominations from the floor, we're good to go to elect Ari as treasurer.
Okay,
yep.
so I have a motion.
I make a motion.
Andrew, second.
I'll second it.
Gary, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah, so,
And he'll be busy because we've got all the disbursements that are gonna go to compose. Every single one of those has to be reviewed and signed by you after we send it out. And then we'll do the money transfers.
okay. So I think he agreed to do this. I hope he's not. So what else do we have? I think the other thing that we didn't have housing rush yet on IMA, but we still do need, or if we still do need something in regard to Beaver Creek operating costs.
Okay,
I don't know if Chris Powers had already kind of gathered that, a year's worth of data, so we could,
I think I only have the national grid bills. Besides that, I'm just gonna collect the risk bills together.
and, and then, this bunch of stuff in this table were the results of the testing we've done so far. Actually, the table kind of has the data and the rest of the stuff in there. It seems like the rivers looking pretty good. If the standard we're trying to be under is 200 fecal coliform count, the river's, looking pretty good. I don't know if we've actually had a wet weather event yet out of the stuff we've done in May. First week in June.
Couple of trips are troubling,
Yeah, that's not quite, just driver will creek, how can they be? On 4 separate days have exactly the same peak cut.
That seems odd.
For 19.6.
Right.
And then there's 172.5, that's bizarre.
Maybe we should check those numbers.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so, one of my younger engineers put together this information. We've been sharing the information with the joint venture team. Was going to put it forward together. I thought people might be interested. I think our report card is really the river numbers from the wastewater plants, so, and tributaries. On the Protrude and the Norman Skill, we actually have USGS gauging stations now, so we actually have flow numbers for those locations. This is a little bit hard to know how the tributaries affect the Hudson without knowing what the flow is associated with those.
yeah, that one, that last number on Patchouli Creek looks suspicious.
Yeah, the,
1986.
yeah, in the past, there's been consent order trying to track down. There was a discharges on the picture.
Yeah, Patchouli, you guys did extensive work, along with the district or whatever, giving you a hand. But
Yeah, some of the separation work done in the seventies said that. You know, a lot of that stuff along Central Avenue just went into the. Sort of.
that doesn't surprise me, you know.
That's why they called it, they called it. But. So we've been running our satellite treatment facility. There is an expense that we're gonna go with, putting some heat to cool chip. Got that. Originally, there was no heat planned in that area, but because we had 6 head changes per hour. It's as cold inside as outside. Yeah, in the influent area. There's actually some temperature sensors, screens, and we still have to run the screens from one side of the. They are totally different. Requirement is the screen here, but you can't really, so the temperature could cause the screens not to work. However, you have to build up a ice. It could cause the mechanism to change. And of course, we have water out there to clean off the screens and work on the screen, so. So there's an electric heat that's being pulled down.
Electric heat?
Yeah. Not necessarily to send. So. That is the main thing with customizing. Anything else we need to discuss today? Anybody having a good time with sampling?
Yeah, so far so good. Everyone's having a good time. I've been sending Casey and Sean, our two lab techs. Sean's wife is having a baby and he's gonna be out for about a month, and Casey just put in her notice, so she's getting a job somewhere else. So we
Need a
will,
backup team.
so maybe a little bit, but not for another 4 or 5 weeks, so.
Okay.
Supply body.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so we'll, I went the first couple of times and I had fun with it, but sometimes I have to do other stuff. But I'd like to, go a few more times. I can get involved, so we'll find a way to make it happen.
Now that cross streets.
Right, I won't have to be over there all the time, so. I'll have plenty of time to go get samples and do things. Yeah, it was fun. It's a good time, and it was. The first couple of times we went, it was raining pretty hard, but I think it started raining too late for it to count as a wet weather event, so that's unfortunate.
How many,
What weather events do we need?
we're supposed to have 5. If we get 5, we don't necessarily have to do all 25 weeks from May to October, but we don't get 5, we'll keep going until the end of the recreational season.
Yeah,
And, there's plenty of time.
right, it's gonna happen. I can feel it. We're gonna get those.
There's plenty of time.
Yeah,
It's not bad to have all the scoop data.
It is sampling on Saturday, guaranteed.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
that's right, it only rains on weekends, guys. Okay, well, we're all set, and the motion to adjourn.
yeah, I'll make the motion.
Second.
Well, second, all in favor?
All right.
Opposed, motion carries.